Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Appalachian Prospecting. I'm your host, Wayne Thornton. Hey, today we're going to do a blast from the past. It's a piece of equipment that I went to see a friend yesterday to pick up and grab. Thanks, Mean Gene. And it's kind of really cool. Now, what I'm showing you pictures of is the old ways up in Plymouth and Tyson in that area. This whole banner picture was done for me by Nelson Alinsky and his family. They put this together for me when I had a store in Rutland. But today we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're not going to talk about the cabin. That's another video coming up real soon. Check that out, cabin build number 2. We did make some pretty cool progress, so you guys will be seeing that on my next video. But today we're going to switch gears and we're going to come over here, look through my garage here, and we're going to talk about a mini vintage Keene dredge. Now, my buddy Mean Gene had this, but I don't know if he ever ran it because that little motor I know has been sitting for a long time, but it's not froze up. And right on it, it says Keene Engineering, as well as the box. So this model, from what I could find on the internet, is a 1972 Keene dredge, which would make it, yeah, I'm right there with its age. Let's just say that. So, I looked at the header box and everything in there. This thing was really ran at one time pretty strong and heavy. I think it's a 2-inch. Haven't really got into it and looked at it yet, but the header box, I don't know if you can see whipping there, it all looks pretty good. There are a couple blemishes and cracks on top, but I think I can put some aluminum plate and rivet it down or just nut and bolt it because I'm going to drill a couple holes in it and put some light expanding foam in here just to kind of help things along. But I think this is going to be fun to restore this and have you guys come along and watch. I'm not really going to mess with the engine, guys, because that'll just turn into a nightmare. And supposedly, I looked these up on eBay, and they're worth quite a bit of money because the RC Flyer guys use these. They're, I forget the name of it. I'm not worried about it. O&R or something like that. Anyways, that is a 2-stroke. So when you start that little thing up, that thing's going to... It'll sound like a weed eater on steroids and stink up the whole valley. Nah, I don't want that. I would really like some input if somebody has anything out there about going electric. I'd kind of like to do that, but if not, I'm going to start with a cheap pump off from eBay, and see how that works. But I think these pumps from Keene are pretty strong, and they're like mud pumps, and they're like gravel pumps. So, I mean, as you all know, I have a little small engine shop, and I've got these little concept engines back here. But I don't know if, look at this one right here. That's a 72cc engine. And that thing will stay right up with the little newer KXs and stuff. It's funny. So I got these little engines, and I'm not sure if I can adapt that puppy to it. Okay? But now, the pump that I saw that was on eBay for like 110 bucks, whatever, is a little 4-stroke, which is a lot better. And you can actually, once the engine gets running and you go downstream, you can actually put the exhaust hose like over on the bank and rocks and stuff and kind of like just muffle sound. You don't need to wake everybody up. But like I said, I was really thinking about going electric, and I'd love some input if anybody out there has got a little, I guess, I don't know if they called these the backpack dredges back then. It just said a 2-inch dredge. Everything looks good. There's nothing cracked, nothing broke. So this piece here I know is really good to have. And like I said, this pump's a killer. I know this because I've looked this up, and it's the cast pumps. So anyways, back in them days, what they used was this miner's moss, which is, you know, I mean, you can see right through it. Some rugged miner's moss. And then, of course, then the flip-up tray, just like you see on all your TV shows. And what's cool is, you know, they molded this right into a, like, its own little pontoon. And that's why I'm not going to have any problems with drilling holes in here. I'll put corks in them, the rubber corks. But I just want to make sure it's full, because these things will get kind of heavy and full and want to tip. I'm pretty sure, I have a friend, my buddy geologist friend, Jeff. I'm going to ask him about this and see if he's seen this before. Plus, I don't know what this is. Check this out. I mean, it's got a little drainage right here. I'm not quite sure what that indentation's for. But from what I saw, there's two ways to hook this up. Now, there was another engine that they had that was about this tall and about this wide. And the gas tank was on top and it was round and it sat on the front right here and it locked in. The bolt locked it in here and there. This one is already pre-casted, drilled into there. So these little rubber knobs sit in there. And you know, that's probably not a bad idea if you think about it. This thing's vibrating and that's really helping that gold agitate down in. Like I said, you know, in the comment below, you know, kind of talk to me if anybody knows anything about how many gallons per minute pumps I should be using if I go electric. What a decent battery is lightweight, because I mean you got to compensate your weights. But all in all, when that engine's, I mean this engine, you know, is probably 8 pounds. The dredge itself, I think, is probably another 8. I think altogether it's, you know, probably 15 pounds. 2 guys could get this in and out very, very easy. I mean, it's only like 2 feet long. And yeah, it is Keene Engineering. I tell you, I think it's going to be a nice little box once we get it taken care of. I'll get rid of them riffles and I'll put some actual sluice box stuff in there. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another extension sluice box that I can take or just fold it up in here and have that kind of just floating with the river. Because I'm going to tell you something, that fine gold will bounce down through here and it'll catch that or whatever it's called and fly right down through here. But all of a sudden there's a change, or just that it seems like a water effect, and whew, it falls out. You know, it's like Freddie Dodge said, you know, if it doesn't like this one, it's going to like this one. If it doesn't like this one, it doesn't like this one. This is why your mat should be broken up a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be kind of fun. Hey, I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Really helps us build the channel. We're almost at 300 subscribers. I know there's a lot of guys out there with thousands, and hey, good for you. But, you know, for a little woodchuck up in Vermont, I think we're doing pretty good. I've had thousands of views on the excavator and whatnot, and the gold stuff is pretty good. And hey, you know what? We're just here having a good time. So, yeah, if anybody else has any information on this little bugger, that would be kind of cool to shout out and show a picture of. But, you know, Keene Engineering is a well-known company. I mean, you know, this thing is, what's that, 50 years old plus, that this thing is still alive. So I think I am. I think I'm going to restore it and kind of have you guys come along and see what I do. Like I said, water pumps out of the picture. I'm going to see what I can do about this pump itself. I'm going to actually pull that off today. Take a look in there, because I know these pumps are awesome. And they're pretty damn expensive on eBay too. So I know darn well they use these quite a bit. And these are well favored, because I think the one on eBay was $447. So, yeah, pretty excited about this now. Again, thanks to Mean Gene for the box. We're gonna restore it and get it to use, and maybe we can get you out there too as well. Anyways, the cabin build's coming along pretty good. That'll be our next video. I want everybody to know that April 12th we'll be meeting at Camp Plymouth to sign up for our membership for the Northern Appalachian Prospecting. If we don't have enough members, we won't move on, and that'll be fine. I'm all good with that. I figure if we have at least 10 members, that'll at least get us an outing in the fall to maybe get some more notice and recognition. But until then, you know, I mean, it is what it is, and we'll just move on from there. So yeah, so there is areas in New England that you can go dredging, up in New Hampshire, and I do believe Maine, but they do have small motor permits that you got to get and whatnot, and it's all good. Twin River Campground, plugged them a little bit. They've got the big rendezvous coming up. I do believe it's like the 2nd or 3rd week of May. Excellent people. Make sure to go over and check Nutmeg Prospecting's page. He is the one that's hosting the event. Just go to events and you'll see it. Shout out to Scott over there at 802 Outdoors. I love your videos, brother. You guys are doing great. Minky, you're awesome too. All of us Vermont guys, you know, let's get some videos together. We're going to be doing a video here real soon when we can get around a little better on some of the gold ore here in Vermont with Jeffrey Slate. We're actually going to do a prospect and a video with him. And maybe by then we'll have this thing up and running and seeing, you know, a test run. I do have a little brook in back of my house, but I mean, you guys, as you know, I have an excavator, so that brook can turn into a tiny little pond very quickly. So, yeah, so I could actually right on my own property dig a hole and just put this in the Pulteney riverbed because the river runs right underneath us. And I'll just start it up and play with it on the ground. But so I don't have to go take it anywhere to see if I got it right or balanced. I'm not sure how I'm going to balance this. I'm not sure if you got to put the engine in the front so it don't tip. There's a lot to this, guys. So I'm brand new at dredging. I've never dredged before in my life. You all know that. I have ran a dredge before, but this was way back in the 80s. God bless Gene Stiles. Man, he got me into this way back in the 80s. So anyways, yeah, so this is going to be pretty exciting. You know, you guys know I've always got my hands into something. April 1st, we'll be opening up our shop. We fix these little electric razors. We also sell them as well. You know, I got a whole warehouse full of them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And now and again, we'll switch gears and we'll go over to that. And I'll show you guys, you know, how to fix one and what you got to do to make sure they run right and get them tuned in. Show you how to change little tires, but whatever, that'll be just our little monkey time. The camping and all that is all on track, so everything should be good. So, well, I'm done jacking my jaw for the day, so thank you guys so much for watching. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this, you know. Even 100 views makes me giggles, you know. 100 people got to watch my stupidity or coolness, so whatever. Hey, guys, thanks again. Like, share, subscribe. Northern Appalachian Prospectors, out.